Welcome back to the RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief. The answer to your question is learn the goddamn process, trade your trading plans, don't take too much risk on any one trade, and just let yourself get rich.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of The Rational Investor. This is Julian reporting in from Bangkok with a really bad hair day. It's terrible today. I don't know what happened, guys. I thought about going to fix it, but it's just sometimes you just got to take what life gives you. And today, life gave me a bad hair day. At least I have hair, sort of. There's a long story behind that. See, it's not perfect, right? Anyway, not that important. I don't have my green screen again. I can't remember if you guys like the green screen or not. If you want the green screen back, tell me. If you want to look at my beautiful condo instead, you can. There's the city. It would be much nicer if it was like the daytime and I did this, right? Because you could see like the city. It's a nice panoramic view. But yeah. Anyway, went to Singapore for 2 or 3 days. That was interesting. Never been to Singapore before. They have a lot of pretty lights. A lot of nice music, and it's extremely expensive, especially if you're used to Thailand. I will tell you, it made me appreciate Thailand a lot. And that's also why I didn't do the daily brief yesterday. I was flying back from Singapore. I was supposed to be back, land around 10. I had no checked luggage. I was just going to come right from the airport all the way here and do the show. I should have been back by 10:40 or something like that. But the flight had an hour and a half delay, so I missed the show, and Brian had to do it for me. So thank you, Brian. And I'm here tonight. So sorry for the confusion, guys. Cotter, good to know that you have more hair than me. Congratulations to you. We all can't win the lottery. Some of us have to take a little bit harder path in life. So anyway, Singapore is very expensive. A lot of nice stuff, though. Really enjoyed the food there, the various delicacies, the very expensive delicacies, but what I was disappointed with, I will admit, this is where I realized I'm very spoiled by Thailand. In Thailand, you can get a 5-star amazing hotel for $100 to $200 a night, and it will come with everything, including an espresso machine, which is very important to me. My coffee machines are important. I don't like the instant coffee. That's like last resort thing. You would think after so many years they would make instant coffee taste better, but it's just not that good. But for example, I stayed at the Carlton in Singapore. It was $430 for one night. One night, $430. And they did not even have an espresso machine. I was disappointed. Nor did I get free breakfast. I wanted breakfast. It's $35. So I skipped breakfast. I went down the street and I found, actually they had pho noodles at some old lady shop for, I think it was like $6 or $7, which was a pleasant surprise. And it was very, very good. Almost as good as Vietnam. I couldn't tell if she was speaking Vietnamese or Spanish. Anyway, that was my week. A little bit of life update. I'm going to shrink myself and we're going to get into the market. We've only got 10 people watching today. Why only 10 people? All right, guys, click the like button. Let's see if we can get the stream higher up. I want to get at least 20 people in here. Maybe people know that I'm doing the show tonight and they're coming late. Maybe that's what it is. All right, I'm going to shrink myself and we're going to get into the insanity in this market. I don't know how small to get. All right, you guys tell me. I'm going to be at like this size. You guys tell me if that's too small. Well, apparently there is a lot of gambling, Mr. Fuzzy, in Singapore, although I didn't do any of that myself. But that's what I've been told. Okay, what's going on in the market? Forex Factory. What the hell is going on? Let's go back. Friday. So unemployment rate came in basically at the forecasted rate. Average hourly earnings were up a little bit. Congratulations to all the salaried people. And non-farm employment change was down. So if you are a bear, this is what you want to see. You want to see this number coming down. Okay, this is the important one. But it's interesting that the unemployment rate went down. Because, am I reading this wrong? Why non-farm? The hell is going on here? Wait a second. It's changes of number of employed people during the previous month, excluding the farming. Yeah, so this should be change the number of employed people during the previous month, excluding the farming industry. Yeah, so we only have, there was a change of 187 versus 205K. So that should be, let me see what happened with the market. I haven't even checked the market all day. The market's up. Very interesting. I guess because the unemployment rate is down. So it shows that the recovery is in full force. All right, so back to what I was saying. Basically, what is happening is not what you want to happen if you're a bear. Okay? You want to see that unemployment tick up. You want to see more people unemployed. But if we're at maximum employment, the Fed can keep raising rates and everything can continue the way it has been. And the market is not going to truly roll over until that number spikes. That's been the big indicator all through history of a coming recession, or an actual recession, and the market rolling over in response to that. Until people start getting fired and losing their jobs, there's no reason to panic. Which is hilarious, because we were panicking back in December and November when the market was so low, and then it just, I mean, some tech stocks rallied 3x, stuff like that. But if you look at it, it's just a big facade in a way. And so you have to be careful how much you pay attention to Twitter and things like that, and the kind of commentary you're watching, because it can really, I feel like Twitter was super bearish back then, and I even thought myself that I followed some really smart people that provided useful macro information, but they were all super bearish and got it completely wrong. I unfollowed a lot of those people, so now I barely follow almost anyone on Twitter. Probably still too many though. It's I could probably unfollow more people, because I think people have a certain bias and they have trouble admitting that bias. I mean, I admit that I am a bear. I always want things to go down, and I want to see declines in the market. But I have to check myself to be like, okay, well, are you being too bearish? Something I pointed out last week was that we are hitting the top of my trend channel, which we did at 4,600, and we had our big rejection back down to 4,500. Woohoo! We got a little bit of a rejection. First time since, I think this is the first like biggest down day since the middle of June. It was just up only all of July, just like summer party season. August looks like it's turning into a bit of a distribution area. You see on the 3-day we had a 9 come in, so not a surprise that we had a pullback there. We also had a 9 here. We went a little bit higher, but we're stalling with this upper parallel channel. And on the daily, what I really want to draw your attention to is this RSI. So this RSI has been up only since March. I've been watching it quite closely. Finally, we got a breakdown. Finally. Now, after this breakdown, we're at the midpoint. I expect a bit of a bounce. This is not a surprise. We bounced off this major support area. And you can see if we do this, let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of a couple things that are distracting, and we're gonna go full screen with this. I will talk about where I expect things to go. So why did we pull back to this level? Well, if that's the high, and we go all the way down here to the low, is there anything that we can see? And yes, you have a 0.86, although generally, if you're looking to short, you would reverse it and you look for the 38.2, which is down here. But then we want to go more like this, right? So you're going from here, and you can see we came right down into that 38.2 support level, along with my trend heuristic channel, which I put actually more value in than fib levels. And it makes sense that we bounced here. Also, if we go to lower time frames, what happened right here on the 4-hour, we hit a 9, and then we slowed down and we started reversing, and now we're putting in a W. 12-hour, 8-hour also had a 7 that came in. So this is all the late shorts. They have to, the reason why the market stopped here and is reversing is because they have to burn the late shorts. So they need to take out stops for the late shorts, and then the rollover should continue. So I want to see something like this with the RSI, push up, tag of this underside, and then a push lower. That's what we want to see. Now, how is that going to look in price? Well, probably something like, go back here, and we say this is our range, and this is the high, and this is the low, and we put in reverse. Probably it's going to head up somewhere like here, right? You're going to go all the way up to this area. Could stop at 61.8, could go to 78.6, 88.6, and then you get your real rollover. That's the area I'm kind of looking at. Or it could push, like Cotter just said, all the way up to 46.60 area right up here, create a divergence. I will be surprised if that happens. It's possible though. It's possible because there's probably still too many people bearish. Actually, speaking of that, one second, guys. Sorry. Yeah, okay. I think I'm back. We've got our sound. Okay, sorry. Technical difficulties. Yeah, I hit the... There's a wire running from the microphone to my computer, and it's a little bit finicky, and I hit it, and that's what caused the sound to lose, so I had to disconnect and reconnect it. Anyway, back. So, been watching investor sentiment. 49% are bullish, only 21% bearish. This is too many people bullish. This needs to come down. It's telling me, okay, we're topping out. You need to start looking for shorts more than longs. It's definitely a big warning and something I like to look at every single week. So as far as retracements go, ideally, I would like to see this push up here and touch the underside of the trend line and then roll over. Where does that mean we're going to go with actual price action? Either this area, 78.6, 88.6, or we end up at 46.60. We've got to see how strong it is. That's where you look to the lower time frames. You can say that this is your range of accumulation, and that our potential, according to Chaos, is to go to 46.40 area, 46.40, 46.50 area, which is close to Cotter's target of 46.70. So, but it can always stop at 2.618 level, 45.74. I mean, it really, you just have to watch these lower time frames and see what happens as far as like, are you going to get a reversal? Right here, this is like it's going to be a big resistance area for me, which lines up with this 50 EMA, where price is going to struggle. But really what we care about is this daily chart to get into this big swing short. When RSI breaks down sharply like this is a clear trend. Thank you, Josh. This is a clear like trend change. And do we have women watching or guys? I thought most of you are straight. What is going on here? I have a little bit of a headache. You know what that tells me? I didn't drink enough water today. When you guys get a headache, by the way, quick health tip. When you get a headache, sometimes it means you didn't drink enough water. And you should consider drinking more water rather than just taking ibuprofen or paracetamol or something like that. Try the water thing, give it an hour. If you still have a headache, then consider the ibuprofen, but take it with some kind of food. It's very bad for your stomach. All right, there you go. Yeah, definitely the married thing. Maybe a lot of you guys are married. Oh, sorry for you guys. But hopefully it's working out. Anyway, back to the discussion. Yeah, thank you, Josh. Always good to see you. Um, that's what I'm seeing with the S&P, and we're overdue for a pullback. I mean, this has been up only for a long time, so I'm looking for this bounce, and then I'm going to jump into some nice shorts. I thought I should touch on Tupperware, right? So Tupperware, I talked about last week, it was our huge win. Now at the time, I had not sold all of my Tupperware. However, I did sell all of my Tupperware right here at about 540 when this 9 came in on the daily chart. And what do you know? We had a big dump. And now it looks like it's kind of topping out. Oh, that was also a Cotter idea. Thank you, Cotter. You helped make me and probably some site members a lot of money. So thank you very much, sir. Appreciate that. If you have any other great ideas, always, if Cotter suggests any stocks in the near future or anytime in the future, we will prioritize looking at them. So thank you very much. Here's some hearts for you and hundreds. Yeah, but it looks dangerous now. I would be very careful going long up here. It looks like it's getting ready for a pullback. So I would be careful. Earnings, I think our earnings coming out tonight, like this evening after the market closes. I know there was like the reason for this big jump after the pullback was because of debt restructuring. There was a debt restructuring news. I mean, obviously people knew about the debt restructuring, right? So they sold the stock off, got people to jump on the sidelines, and then bought probably down here, and then it went up 50% overnight. There's probably a couple insiders making insane amounts of money. Maybe the people involved with the debt restructuring, who knows? Yeah, exactly. Can you check TLT ETF and been looking at EXPR? Well, how much time we got? We're 17 minutes in, so we've got some time. Okay, let's look at EXPR. It's a stock. Express Inc. Oh my god, look at this thing. Let me make my RSI smaller. Okay, I see why you want me to look at this. A little bit late. Should have looked at it 3 weeks ago. Now it's taking off. I mean, I hate this. I hate when these things start popping and then I'm hearing about it. I mean, the time to go long was basically even on this 3-day chart if you just follow the 3-day. The first long would have been here, down here at 63 cents on the break of the initial push, and then on this push higher above the VIP area and through the trend heuristic channel, that would have been your next long at around 76 cents. Now we could go down to a daily and we could say that this was the accumulation range. Oops. We could say that this was the accumulation range. So therefore, wait 1 second. So therefore, that's 1.618. That's 2.618. The target is $1 right above these previous highs. Most of the run has already happened. I can't recommend this. I would like to see some type of pullback. I think this is a dangerous play because you could buy here and then, I mean, you have a 9 that just came in on the daily. You could buy here and it could drop back down to 70 cents, right? And how much would you be down if that happened? If you bought right here and it dropped back down to 70, right down here, 72, 75 cents, you'd be down like 17%. It's a lot. It's a lot to be down. So I would prefer to wait for some type of retracement and then consider a long opportunity on this one. TLT ETF. Okay, let's look at it really quick. TLT. Oh, wow. Very interesting. I'm gonna get rid of my background thing here. 3-month chart, you had a 9 that came in. Let's go to a monthly chart. On a monthly, I would almost say that this is looking to try to put in a W. I mean, you've got a bit of the RSI is quite a bit higher than RSI back here. Price should have come to an equal level, but it looks like it didn't go all the way down, so you don't have that perfect divergence. But you are on the other side of this downtrend line. But the weekly is breaking down. You got to see what happens at this level. I think a long is a better idea. But so yeah, you see you had a 9 come in on the daily. I want to see a push above this trend line on RSI. Like this, boop, and your pullback, and that's where you go long right here. So that would look something like this with price. We'd head up here, we'd get our pullback, and this is where we'd buy here and setting our stops below the lows. That's what I would want to see. I would set like price alerts. You can set a price alert at like 98, and when it passes that, and then down here at around 95.5, 95.6, it looks, you know, like it could. It's not a big fat M. What are you talking about? It didn't confirm anything as far as an M. This would be an M up here. Price already rolled over. We took out these lows. There's major support back here on the monthly chart. I don't know what you're talking about. Look at this monthly chart. This is major support. See this support down here back from 2008? However, it is still bearish as far as RSI. So again, the trade that I would consider is like this. I'm going to go back to a daily chart. I filled this liquidity gap down here, right? And I would wait. I would do nothing right now. I would wait until we have this push higher, run into the resistance up here at around 99, then pull back, and I would consider a long right down here around 97, 96, and my stop would be below these lows. That's okay. So okay. So I will entertain this and go back, because can you say like what time frame are you talking about? I understand there are M's that come in, but we fill this gap. There's major support on a monthly chart. I think it makes more sense from to look for a long possibility. You're talking about this M up here? I mean, I can easily. Okay, let's change it to settings. I never changed to a line chart, so I have to look, how do I even do that? To the left. Oh, duh, is right there. Derp. That shows that I literally never do this. So, I mean, what time frame are you talking about? Beside the time frame, like what? Yeah, I already changed it. What time frame? The monthly works too. Like, look, so on the monthly here, obviously this is an M, and then you have your breakdown, and price moved down from that. Can price move down further? Of course, but I'm talking about on a daily chart. This could turn into a W. There's no reason why it can't. So if we go to a weekly, this can become a W. It's a long extended W. Does that kind of make sense? Do you see that potential? So here you had a mini W that reversed the price. Yeah, but it's not a confirmed M, right? If we're going down to like a daily chart, like you could say, I mean, I guess you could say this is like an M, this was an M, and there was your breakdown, reversal, another M, and breakdown. I just don't see I don't see a good risk reward to short this. That's the thing. All right, back to candles. There's no good risk reward to take a short on this. There's a 9 that came in for me and my trading style. When a 9 comes in the daily, I have support on higher time frames with price, and I look for a cross of RSI. When RSI crosses over, and not before that, so I need to see price push higher, pull back, and then I can do the long. All right, so push up, the pull back, and my long is here. So I take the long. If I get stopped out, it's not that bad. It's not a big move. I mean, we'll see what happens, but hopefully that makes sense. I don't want anybody to be confused. Okay, so that's TLT. Talked about S&P. I've got a bunch of stuff I want to talk about. I'll probably talk about most of it in the after party, but let's talk about Bitcoin really fast and see what's going on with Bitcoin. So on a monthly chart, we've got Bitcoin like this, and we've got a 7 that has come in and put a pause into price action. So price action is paused. Question is, why is it paused here? Maybe let's draw some fibs. Where did we retrace to from the bottom? I'm going to hide this. Actually, I will leave it. I'm trying to think, how can I make this less confusing for you guys? I'm going to get rid of this, and I'm going to get rid of the background signals. Okay, so I'm going to go from these highs all the way to the lows and see where is Bitcoin retraced to. So 38.2 is at 36,000. We haven't even gotten there. That's interesting to see. And all we did was tag this price action over here. And look at a weekly. But on the weekly, you can see we have clear divergence between price and RSI, where RSI is starting to roll over, but price had made a higher high. However, we're still in this uptrending channel. So Bitcoin looks almost like, it looks like it's in almost like a distribution range. Like it's a mirror. I mean, not an exact mirror, but similar to this accumulation range here. And now it's like a distribution, but we really can't get too bearish until there's a breakdown below this uptrending channel here. I'm going to get rid of some of these lines that make it confusing. By the way, you see, this is why I talk about channels. You see how this channel was respected for a while, and then as soon as we broke out, we just moved straight up. And it happened within just a couple days. That shows how much channels kind of have an importance. On this daily chart, price is really just consolidating. It looks like it's just consolidating, and I need to see a push with RSI above this downtrending line before I can really think about the huge bull case. I'm also cautious because of what's going on with S&P, and if the S&P falls off a cliff, Bitcoin probably isn't going to do that well either. So that's the other thing. I mean, on an 8-hour, it doesn't look bad from a possible reversal perspective. Again, I want to see the RSI on the other side of this trend line, but this price action looks like it's trying to take out. Actually, it looks like it's trying to take out everyone. It took out long traders here, took out short traders up here. So it's really just a big up and down FU. But for now, because the higher time frames are below this VIP level, actually 3-day and weekly are not too bad. 3 days sitting right at the VIP. So they're a little bit better than I originally thought. But again, for any of these, I need to see this RSI trend line cross. It could just be prices consolidating here, and we're going to get like an ABCD. Right, so there to there, taking price up to 35. There's no reason why that couldn't happen. Oops. That's like the 50% level. There's no reason why price can't go up to that 50% level. But right now I need to see across of this downtrend line before I can go and get raw super bullish on crypto. I would prefer to be more careful. What about in the short term? I mean, nothing really. It just looks like it's oscillating. Obviously, in a range, you can take certain trades. So if this was your range, no, that's not the one I want. Sorry. Still another one. Yeah, something like this. You could trade this range. Take long 61.8, 786, 886. I mean, normally I like to have my longs down here, but if at 61.8, you would have been filled, and then you could do this, right? And you could exit the trade on the other side and reshort. Again, 61.8 and only tagged, which is interesting. So then we go and we do this. And yeah, you can see like 88.6 got tagged. All of this would have gotten you into a nice position, except for this stop run from people that are probably using this and they wanted to stop them out. Same if you move forward a little bit more. You can see how we had this nice W come in, Bitcoin. Very nice. And did the W, let me see here. Where did it cause? Where did chaos end up? Yeah, at 30,000. Which price never touched. I would pay attention to the higher time frames. Just wait until this daily reverses, and then you can consider longs. But until then, it's pretty risky, especially with the conditions going on in the rest of the stock market than the normal stock market. So be careful. I'm not even taking any Bitcoin trades right now. I'm just on the side watching, waiting to see if something will happen. Okay, we went in, we're 32 minutes in. I think let's switch it to the after party. And in the after party, I've got some cool names I want to go over. I want to talk about gold extensively. I want to talk about DXY, and a couple other individual stocks and crypto names that I'm looking at to give you guys a couple, a few trade ideas. Okay, for everybody watching the public show, thank you so much as always. Have a good weekend and see you next week. Same place, same channel. All right, bye everybody.